At the present moment, Satan's headquarters are in heaven. Not in the third heaven, which is the heaven of God's dwelling, not in the visible heaven, which we see, but in the intermediate heaven. All Scripture bears this out. I have no hesitation in saying this. I am absolutely convinced it's true, and it's in perfect line with all Scripture. So in a certain sense, friends, there are giants in heaven. And you know whose business it is to get them out? Ours. And I mean that. This age will climax with Satan and his kingdom being cast down from the heavenlies. And you know who's going to move in? You and I. I believe that. You see, God said to the children of Israel about Canaan, the land's yours, but you've got to take it. God says to us, heaven's yours, but you've got to take it. Now, the picture of this event is given in Revelation 12. John had a vision on the Isle of Patmos about 19 centuries ago. He recorded it in the past tense as what he had seen. But the fulfillment of this vision is still in the future. Now, I know there are a few people that wouldn't agree with that, but they just happen to be wrong, that's all. And I'm not even going to bother to argue with them at the moment. I believe Revelation 12, though couched in the past tense grammatically, is in the future so far as its fulfillment is concerned. And I think 90% of sound Bible commentators today agree with that. If they didn't agree with it, they wouldn't be sound, would they? Now, accepting this fact, I want to show you what's involved in getting Satan down, and I want to show you the greatest single hindrance to our achieving it. And it's right in line with what I've been speaking about. All right, are you with me? If you don't have a Bible, listen. Revelation 12:7. Remember, past tense in grammar, future in fulfillment. There was war in heaven. Well, that proves there must be something wrong in heaven if there was war there, doesn't it? Did your Sunday school teacher ever tell you there was war in heaven? It's more than a lot of little saints with harps. There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Who's the dragon? The devil. Where was he? In heaven. That's right. And the dragon fought and his angels. Where were they? In heaven. And prevailed not. They lost the battle. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. All right. This is future. Hasn't yet happened. So where is their place right now? In heaven. Are you with me? I'm going to ask you that question again. Where is the place of Satan and his angels right now? In heaven. That's right. All right. And there's going to be a war that will precipitate them down from the heavenly. Now let's notice who's going to do the fighting. Verse 9, the great dragon was cast out from heaven, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. This is very, very clear. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. Where? In heaven. At last, the authority of Jesus Christ has been asserted in heaven. See, one thing I did not understand for many years was why Jesus, when he appeared to his disciples after the resurrection, said, all authority is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Go ye therefore and do something about it. Only recently have I seen that we have to assert the authority of Christ in heaven. Our responsibility. I'll show you more plainly. I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Past in grammar, but present in experience. Now that tells us what Satan is doing right now. What is he doing? He's accusing us before God. All right, what's he accusing us of? All the wrong and bad things we've done, all the faults and flaws in our characters and relationships. He's continually reminding God day and night. And what is the remedy? The next verse. They, and you'll notice, you can follow this through carefully for yourself. It's not the angels. It's the believers on earth. They overcame him. Who's him? Satan. By the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. Who's going to deal the blow that will cast Satan down from the heavenly? The believers on earth. What is his one great weapon against us? To make us guilty. To accuse us before God day and night. When will we overcome him? When we accept the righteousness of God by faith. When no longer can he make us guilty. We overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. We overcome him when we accept the gift of perfect righteousness by faith in Jesus Christ through his blood shed on the cross. You understand that the whole course of your life individually and the whole accomplishment of God's purposes collectively for the church depend on one basic issue, and that issue is righteousness. We cannot be and we cannot do what God requires until we realize that we are righteous. As long as there is guilt and condemnation within us, that is Satan's fifth column. And every time we seek to bring him to destruction, that fifth column within us will rise up and defeat us from within. We have to eliminate the fifth column of guilt within our lives. And we do it not by going to the psychiatrist. God bless the psychiatrist. Not by joining the church. God bless the church. Not by turning over a new leaf. Not by struggling. To him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifies the ungodly, his faith is reckoned for righteousness. We have to believe that we are made righteous. And I know from experience, there's a moment when you've got to break out of the prison of your religion, your background, and declare boldly that you are reckoned righteous by God with the righteousness of Jesus Christ. You see, for most religious people, it's fearful to declare that you're not a sinner. You see what I mean? It's very comical. In the journals of John Wesley, it's recorded that when he first went down to the county of Cornwall, extreme southwest tip of Britain, there was a man there who got what the Methodists call assurance. And God blessed him for assurance. And he said he knew his sins were forgiven. That's all he said. You know what? They treated him as a blasphemer. They press-ganged him into the Navy. They excommunicated him from the community for doing what? Saying that he knew his sins were forgiven. See? Religious people basically like to feel guilty. Then they feel they're religious. Have you ever studied the hymns of the Christian church? I would say 75% of our hymns are designed to leave us feeling guilty. Mainly we'll have to attribute to John and Charles Wesley the hymns that don't. Or else, God bless us, they leave us waiting for our little home up there beyond the blue, you know. Satan could care less if you sit and strum about way up beyond the blue somewhere. It's not going to worry him the least bit. But when you get serious about the fact that you're righteous, that you're no longer reckoned a sinner, that you're no longer guilty, that you don't have to bow your head, then Satan really gets scared. The glorious truth of the matter is that we can scare the devil more than he can scare us when we stand in the righteousness of Jesus Christ. I knew an Indian preacher, great man of God named Lanjivaratnam from South India. He was in this ministry of casting out demons long before most of the rest of us. I imagine if you work in India and you can't cast out demons, you might as well pack up. And he had a tremendous ministry along this line. He went to Holland, you know, by the invitation of the Christian, and the government of Holland turned him out because he was casting out demons. That just shows you. But I heard him speak. In fact, he was in our home once or twice. And he said, I got 3 degrees. B.A., he said.